Good morning. It is Monday, March 30th, and we're about to do our phonics lesson. I have uploaded this resource into our Google folder for Monday. If you are able and you could print it for your child to follow along, or if you rewrote it for them, I know a couple parents did that, or if you're just going to sit next to your child and talk with them about the lesson as we go. Whatever works for you, feel free to follow along in whatever way best suits you. So I can't do Sacs and phonics with the class anymore because my Sacs and resources are at school. I ran out of, what I was using when we started the whole remote learning thing. So I am going to follow, what I know the kids need to do next based on what the school district has outlined online. So we are going to be going into long vowels some more, but I wanted to review some consonant, vowel, consonant work first. So this is the activity that we're going to be doing today. I am going to tell you that if you are someone who, I'm going to give you a minute to read through these sentences, and if you are able to read through these sentences with absolutely no help from anyone at home, when I post the video, I'm going to put a note in the comments about where you can jump ahead in the video, because if you can read these sentences all on your own, you don't really need the next part of this lesson. Okay, so I'm going to give you a minute to go ahead and read these sentences. I did an example here. You can see I'm going to be highlighting my sight words, and my consonant, vowel, consonant words I put CVC under because I'm going to be sounding those words out. So take a minute and read the sentences, and we'll see how you do. Go ahead. Okay, so if you read through those sentences with no help, again, check the comments and it'll let you know where you can skip ahead to the next part of the lesson. If you struggle a little bit, let's go through and find our sight words and try to sound out some of our CVC words. So this is a sight word that we had already over here. Okay, my, right? And then this is a CVC word, so I'm going to sound this out. So I have my consonant is D, my vowel is O, my consonant G. So that says D, A, G, blended dog, right? So my dog, this is a sight word also without the S. We have like. Now this sight word wasn't on our wall, but I know from our word wall at school, I remember we had like as a sight word. And so without the S, it's like, but with the S, it is likes, okay? Another sight word. What is it? Two. Let's see. Do we have two? We do not. So I'm going to add two. Okay. CVC word. See if you can sound this out. D, I, G. Dig. And if I was coding these words, I would get a breve over my vowels. So here's my vowels, A, E, I, O, and U. And I'm using this symbol here, this breve, to show that it makes a short sound. So we would have I, all right, so those are my vowel sounds, all right? So we have, let's go back and reread. My dog likes to dig, sight word class. Say it at home if you know it. Hopefully you said and, which is correct. Do we have and on our word wall? Yeah, yes we do, right there, and, okay. And then this is another CVC word that we can sound out. Ready? Run, okay? Breathe over top of the U. So let's reread it all together now. Ready? My dog likes to dig and run. And that's the first sentence. So we're going to go on and do the next three sentences. and then we will do our sorting activity down here at the bottom. So if you have this printed off at home, you can highlight the sight words with me and code the CVC words with me, okay? And then that will help us to read the sentences that we struggled to read when we first started the activity. Here's a sight word. What is it? I. Okay. Now, this is a CVC word, but it's also a sight word for my class. I know that we had this. I don't think we have it over here, but we did have it at school. Some class, you should know what word this is. Okay. Another sight word. Sight word. That is a sight word, but we're going to count it as a CVC word for this activity. But that is a sight word that we have on our word wall at school. CVC word, sight word. So those words that I just highlighted in that second sentence here, you should know those words. Those are sight words. And I'm going to add them to the wall, our word wall over here, as I need to. So the first one, if you said I, you are correct. We do not have that over here yet, so I will go ahead and add that. And when you're saying I, it always is capitalized, okay? Never lowercase. Next, that word, can. So let's write can over here. So I can. Next word, see. I can see. Okay. Next word, or a. Add that over here. Okay. And then the last sight word that we have in that sentence is jump, which we already have here. Okay. So let's now, those words in between are consonant, vowel, consonant words. Let's sound those out. Ready? And we can code them also. So we have b, I, g. And I'm going to put my breathe. So b, I, g, big. And then we have b, g, bug. Okay? So let's read it together. I can see a big bug jump. Next sentence. Sight word. See if you know it. This was a sight word on our word wall at school. Sight word. Sight word. Sight word. So the words that I've just highlighted in orange, you should know from our word wall at school. This word is the. The is not on our word wall yet over here, so we're going to add that. The. Next, little. Little is not up here yet, so let's add that. Okay. Next sight word, red, which we do have. Okay. This one, has, which we do not have. Has. Or a, which we just added, right? All right, so let's sound out the CVC words then that we have. So take a minute. I'm just going to put dots underneath them. See if you can sound them out without me this time at home. Ready? Now blend it. Okay. So you should have said hen. Over here, try it without me. Now blend it. So you should have said pet. Okay. And the last word, try it. Now blend it. Okay. So you should have done at, cat. So let's read the sentence. The little red hen has a pet cat. It's kind of a silly sentence, huh? All right, last one. Take a minute to think about which words are sight words. And if you're doing this at home with me, you go ahead and highlight, circle, underline, color the words that are sight words. If you don't have this printed out or written down, then just say the words out loud that you think are sight words, or the words that you know from the sentence. So you should have said the, right? And the we have. Next, you should have said is, which we also have. On, which we do not have over here yet. So on, we're going to add to our word wall. Run out of space. I'll have to start another piece of paper for our word wall. Of, which we do have here. The again. Okay. Notice that there's two the's in this sentence. One has a capital T and the other has a lowercase t. Take a minute to think about why you think that is. All right, so this the has the uppercase T because it's the beginning of the sentence. And since this the is in the middle of the sentence, there's no reason for that T to be capitalized. Okay, so we have an uppercase T at the beginning of the sentence, lowercase t in the middle of the sentence, right, for the word the. Okay. Now there is one word in here that we can't sound out using our consonant vowel consonant skills, but we can change the sound of the vowel. So instead of it being a breathe, we're going to make it a macron, right? That's where we say it's the long sound that it's making. So this is a blend. St, st, o, v. And we don't hear the E. It is silent. So sounding that out, we have stove. What word do we have? Stove. If you said stove, you're correct. Let's try to sound out these CVC words. Ready? You sound them out at home. Ready? Sound out. Blend. So, p-a-t, pot. Okay? Ready? T-a, top. Let's go back and read the sentence. The pot is on top of the stove. Okay. Now, the next part of our activity, so we read the sentences, right? That was our first direction that we had to follow. Check that off. Okay. Now we're going to sort the CVC words according to their vowel. So this is the part in the video that those of you skipped ahead, hopefully are coming back and joining us now for the sorting at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the words that are not highlighted. The words that are highlighted are our sight words. Now, if you skipped ahead at home, you don't have all these sight words highlighted, which is fine. You can look at the poster that we did here. So the words that are not highlighted are the words that we're going to focus on. So if you're at home and you don't have things highlighted because you skipped ahead, I'm writing in blue, so you're going to write 2. I'm going to circle the CVC or consonant vowel consonant words that I'm going to sort down below. So here I have dog, dig, run, big, bug, hen, pet, cat, pot, and top. We're not circling this because this is not our short CVC words that we're focusing on today. So our vowel that we're doing is a short sound, breathe, and this has a macron over it. So this is a long sound that makes the word stove. Okay. So these are the words that are circled that we're going to be sorting. And we're going to sort them based on their vowel. So I'm going to do one, and then I'm going to leave it up to you to do the rest at home. on your own. So what I suggest is if you have this printed out or if your parents remade it for you to be able to write it down, go ahead and finish the activity on your paper. Have someone send me a picture through the dojo, and I can give feedback and shout outs tomorrow when we do our phonics lesson. Or maybe even when we do our read aloud, because Dylan will be with me to cheer you on with the pom-poms. If you do not have access to a printer, you do not have this printed out, what I would suggest you do is get onto the dojo, and what I'll do is post a picture of this, of what it looks like here, so your child can just look at it then and tell you where the words would go. And as long as they can tell you where the words would go, then they've mastered the skill of what they were supposed to do for this activity, okay? So I'm going to start with the word dog. All right, so now I'm sorting CVC words according to their vowel. So the vowel in dog is O. I am going to put that under O. So I'm writing D, O, G. I'm also going to try to write it without copying. See if, say, okay, the word's dog. Cover it up. Can I spell dog without looking? D, O, G. I know it's been a while since we've been in class, but almost every single kid in my class, you can do this without looking because you were doing it before you left me. So your child can look at a word, a CVC word, cover it up, and sound it out, okay? So see if you can do that. So I did dog, and go ahead and cross that out. I know that one's done. So go through and do the other words. So we have dig, run, big, bug, hen, pet, cat, pot, top. Okay, so like I said, I will go ahead and post a picture of this on the dojo so that you have the picture of the activity that we did, and then your child can follow up. And as always, feel free to reach out, text me through the dojo if you have any questions or concerns. And let me check the schedule real quick. So after I post this, I'm also going to post the science video for today. Let me just look here what it is again. So, okay. So the science video, if you go to search SciShow Kids on YouTube, it's called The World's Smelliest Flower. So it goes along with our read aloud about Zinnia's flower garden that we did this morning. And a couple of questions I ask. What is the world's smelliest flower? And what is germination? So they talk about germination in that video too. So I will post the link to that on YouTube, or on Class Dojo, sorry. Have some lunch and do some physical activity. Practice your sight word dance song. Be helpful. Do a chore around the house. And then I'll see you back this afternoon with our math lesson, 10-4. Check out the Google Drive for the resources that I put in there to help your child be ready to do the lesson with me when it's posted. And I'll also be doing a writing lesson later this afternoon. So, all right, I'll see you later.